All right. So the bank nifty one, which actually make more sense, and actually this target is actually achieved. That's a good thing this week. So we closed the trade over there, but the target, the way it came, I did not expect it. But anyway, that's the target, so it came. I cannot complain about it. But I was expecting this to make something like this, because if they do, the potential could be more upside. And let me tell you, actually this is not the primary target we were looking for. We were looking for actually this target somewhere there, even tag that top, it doesn't matter, but somewhere here we were looking for initially. But you know that how this pattern actually developed correctively, we have to drop this to this. All right. And if you ask when actually we were looking for that target, actually I can show you that we were actually discussing that here in the trading room. It's a channel. I think it should be here. Yep, that's it. So you can see it now. So that's actually the primary target we were looking for, and it's actually October 15th October, 3 months back, right? So anyways, we were expecting this to be impulsive, but this came as a corrective, so we had to drop this to this, but still again it's a good piece of money. The problem with this, actually, if you pay attention, let's look at what has happened. This was the first impulse for the upside, and you see there is a correctiveness. This correctiveness is actually came a little deeper than I like, and that's the only problem. Here they make more consolidation. Otherwise, this should have been very impulsively based on this pattern. But yeah, they came a little deeper, and that's why you have to drop this. So this was already the impulse, this was the correction, this represents this represents this, is the this one. You see that pullback is actually this one, and this should have been this one. But again, I'm not making the market, so I'm getting this much out of it. It's already good for me. So that's how we actually plan this now. And the way it stands to me right now, I'm taking this as an impulse. This was the first correction. You see there is a trend now. That's for the short term. Remember, this was for the longer term, which we are still holding. But for this week, you pay attention on this trend line. So there is a good trade actually setting up on this week on a bank nifty, not the nifty. I'm not interested there. Like, I'll better trade whatever I know, right? So whatever makes sense to me, I mean, otherwise it's like I can just analyze that. So anyways, if this breaks for the impulsively, they give you complete corrective structure, look for this trade for the downside. In that case, you will be having this as an impulse XYZ, right? Based on, once they come here, we'll decide what to do. But yeah, that's the trade I am looking at here based on the pattern I see. So all play will be depending on this trend line, because they have to break this trend line and correct it, give you complete structure, and then downside. Otherwise, what they can do, they'll just break it slightly, correct it, and go back up. So you have to have complete corrective structure over there for getting this move. I think that could be a little swing positional kind of trade, I mean, which you can hold for 2 or at least 3 days if you get into it, right? Because it's a 1 hour time frame. So that's actually the trade I'm looking at in this week at this script. All right, that's the structure. Pay attention. The chances are, the way it's stand, I think it looks difficult actually. I don't think they will give you complete corrective structure based on this condition happen. This, and this. So there are chances they make one more up and then go back up, like go back down, and then it's still possible this trade. But the good swing trade is this. This is actually, if you can get it, this is a swing trade. For intraday moves, can we have a trend over there? On this time frame, we don't have a trend. Sorry. The only trend we have is for the upside. So look at there. Actually, there is something happening on a lower time frame. So there is a one short-term trade can come. They will tag this they already tagged it, and you have a complete pattern over there. So they will definitely tag this trend line in this week. So that's an intraday trade on a Monday or Tuesday, if you want to pay attention on this one. For the bigger picture, the primary direction definitely is this, or if you break through this, can we fib it? Yeah, we can fib it based on this. So there is a short-term trade coming up on intraday. Once you come here, you see there is a trend coming, but this is a 15-minute trend. All right, so don't hope this will go back up, but anytime you get a corrective structure here, that's a potential for the upside, but very short term. Remember, it's not a swing trade. All right, so this is a swing intraday trade. This is also intraday trade, and once you have come to the 15 minutes, you already have a trend also. So we got the trend also. So any corrective structure you have before breaking that trend line, you should be a seller, and you should be a seller. Same thing with here. If you have a complete corrective structure, you should be a seller, and since there's a potential, they tend to come around 618, so you can look to buy over there, but again, that would be intraday. But if any reaction they come close to the 618 and they give you this kind of reaction, you can look for that move, right? So those are the places I'm looking at in Bank Nifty this week. Questions on any other scripts, then we'll move on.